everybody, man. VJ Vernon. Y'all know I gotta come with some flavor with my own customs track, my beats. I ain't got no bars, but that's fine. I know how to swerve. Old man, 40-year-old two-step right here. Welcome to another episode of VJ Said What I Said. You're watching right now on Infanity TV. Before I even get to the show, don't forget to go to YouTube, go to Infanity TV channel, and click the subscribe button. We are launching those numbers higher and higher. And I thank all you guys that click on my shows here and when I perform here and help the views get up there. We appreciate you too. Don't forget to follow me on my social media too. The Big Vanilla Funny on Twitter. The Big Vanilla Funny on IG. Big Vanilla Funny on TikTok. VJ Vernon Husky on Instagram or Facebook. One of them two. I don't know. There's so many of them. I wish I didn't have to do it, but I do. Got a great show for you guys lined up today. We're going to talk some NFL and talk Russell Wilson. He is now out of Denver. There's some stories today that he is on the road visiting two teams, two cities yesterday and today. We'll get into that. We'll also jump into some NBA news. I'm going to tell you a basketball player that many of you like, some of you love, and some of you might feel how I feel or feel even worse than how I feel about that guy. And then we'll also wrap it up with a new segment called Shoot Around Saturday here for you guys on your Saturday morning out here in Los Angeles. So, as always, let's get to the word of the day as we always do here on VJ Said What I Said. The word of today is what? I know some of you guys are like, oh, come on, VJ. Running out of words. No, this is good. Sit tight. Trust me. This is good. I'm going to put a spin on it. When I said it to Jeff a minute ago, Jeff's like, who? When? Where? I felt like Abbott and Costello? I felt like that was going on here. But I'm going to explain. In life, the word what really helps break things down. It really helps keep you sane. It really helps ask the one question that many people want to ask without asking that question. Also, what's one of those words where one of my uncles used to tell, my Uncle Alton, Lord rest his soul, passed away of cancer, up in heaven looking down on me, used to call me Yella. What up, Yella? Because he used to say I look like DJ Yella from NWA when I was a teenager. Call me Yella. Never call me my name. Maybe once or twice in my life. My Uncle Alton never called me my name, almost called me Yella. He used to tell me, ain't a soul on earth heard you more clear than what you just said than a fool that say, what? Like, hey, where was you at last night? What? Whose phone number is this? What? Like, hey, did you do the dishes when like I told you to? Did you finish your homework? What? Like, nah, you heard me. You heard exactly what I said. You're saying what to try to buy yourself time. The word what to me, man, is like even with my children, my two babies at home, Cameron and Journey. I always ask them, what's the problem? That's my dad line. Everybody's got a dad line. If you're a dad, you'll feel me here. Every dad's got a dad line. My dad line is, what's the problem? When it's loud or they're fighting or they're bickering at each other, they're fighting over a toy or they're just whining, whether they're hungry or they're thirsty or they're sleepy. When I kind of get to my level, my dad tolerance level, I'm like, hey, what's the problem? What's the problem? Tell dad the problem. What's going on? What's the problem? I ask questions. I'm an inquisitive guy. I ask questions. I don't like to assume things. I don't want to go, well, maybe he's hungry or maybe she needs her. Well, what's the problem? Y'all both can talk. I watch you recite Rachel and Dougie and Mickey Mouse all day long. I watch you recite full-blown episodes. You can tell me what the hell is going on. What's the problem? My daughter, Journey, my 2-year-old, that's her thing. What the problem? What the problem? What the problem? My wife says she gets that from you. I'm like, yeah, she does. She does get that from me. But what? Like, what's going on? What are we doing? Like, that's popular now. Like, what are we doing, guys? When you're talking about sports, you're talking about entertainment, you're talking about music, things of that nature. Like, I was listening to Joe Buttons and watching Joe Buttons the other day talking about the music industry. And he's like, what do we, like, what? What's the word? Remember Stone Cold Steve Austin? He made that famous. You're mad at me? What? The crowd will go, what? I had a beer. What? Had 2 beers. What? Had a Bloody Mary. What? Had some, like, that became a thing. He walked around with a t-shirt, merchandising from WWE that said, what? What is going on in the world today? When we look at politics, I'm not a politic guy. I don't like politics. I don't like the debates and all that stuff. I did see, because I'm a social media guy, there was a State of the Union address last night. I did not watch it, but of course it dominated the timeline, whether you were on Facebook or TikTok or definitely X, Twitter, whatever you guys are calling it these days. But a lot of it was just like, what? Like what the lady, I don't know, Marjorie Green or somebody that was wearing the memorabilia or the magma hat and stuff. I guess you're not allowed to do that. I didn't know that. You're not supposed to wear a hat. You're not supposed to wear any type of political stance or anything like that. And she did it. And my whole thing was just like, what? Like, if you're not allowed to do it, like, how are you, like, what are we doing here? How do we, it was like when the people stormed the Capitol. It was like, what? What are we doing? Like, when does that happen in this country? We've seen it on the news of some other lands, but aren't we supposed to be better than that here in America? What's going on? I ask myself that at least 10 times a day scrolling on social media. What? What the hell are you doing, right? Even ask yourself. You've asked yourself, what are you doing a lot of times? I was just between breaks and this show and last show, other shows that we're filming here. I'm always on social media, and I just responded to an old high school friend of mine, Sharon Beavers, on Facebook, where she's in a what am I doing phase because she's been on the job for so long. What's up, Sharon? She took the money at my door when I shot my special. She held the money for it, brother, when I shot my special back in VA back in 2018 or 19. I think it might have been 2018. But she posted that, you know, she's been on the job for a while, but she feels like remorse or something, like something's up. And that's a moment of life where you go, God, what am I doing? You've been on that job for 8, 9 years, 10 years, 12 years. It's the same paycheck. It's the same route to work. It's the same 15-minute break. It's the same lunch break. You're eating the same thing. You've been to the restaurants and the little cafes and sandwich shops and coffee shops around your job so many times. When you've been working there that long, you do sit sometimes and have a moment of life where you just go, or what's going on? Like, what am I doing? Where am I going? Like, what's next, right? What's my break in life? We're always asking the what. Even in some sports, man, I'm looking at Genie Bus. It's thinking of giving LeBron James a $60 million a year extension at 40 years old when he's walking off of courts with 3 and some change with a fake-ass limp. But down 14, but I thought you were just the comeback king, right? The Clipper, you're the comeback king. What are we doing, Jeannie? What are you thinking? Listen, I told somebody during break before we even started filming today, she makes this deal, she's officially as bad as her brother. What are you doing? What are you thinking? Your father would never, and I don't want to pull that card. I don't, trust me. Lord rest Dr. Jerry Buss that gave us the Showtime girl. He's the reason why we got honey dips to look at when we watching the basketball game. It's because of him. They're putting it in baseball. Did you see the story? Quick sidebar. Did you see the story about the New York Mets that will now have dance girls come out there? And I know somebody's going to go, oh, my God, what are we doing? I'll tell you what they're doing. Didn't I tell y'all on Martin and VJ about 2-3 weeks ago about the see-through Major League pants? They trying to sneak sexiness into sports, people. You better wake up and pay attention. They got too much money as a league to make see-through pants and nobody know. Nobody thought that material wouldn't work. Nobody saw this. Oh, we just all found out when the players put the pants on picture day? You ain't got a mannequin or something that you put uniforms on? No, you do. So I don't even ask him that if you do. I know you do. I know you got 1,000 mannequins in a closet, some damn where at the facilities or the factories where you make these damn uniforms and you put it up there. You can see what's going on. I told y'all they was sneaking sexiness in there. Baseball got dances now. Baseball got dance. Thank you, Hey, Dr. Flood. Hey, appreciate you, Flood. You was pimpery. I watched the Showtime. I watched the HBO Max show. You doing your thing back there. But what are you doing, Jeannie? What? Caitlin Clark, what are we doing? She wins the championship. This is a few days, over the last 48, 72 hours. She wins the championship. She's the GOAT. What? One championship, because she's the all-time leader scorer, so I guess one championship makes her the GOAT. Really? Oh, because she doesn't have another superstar. Tell me the superstars that were playing with Shamika Holtzclaw. Tell me the other superstars that were playing with Candace Parker. Yeah, you can bring up Diana Taurasi and say, hey, man, they had Breonna Stewart and Sue Bird. And okay, then I didn't say those 3 girls were to go. Tell me who played. Name somebody. Name another woman that played with Cheryl Miller. Go ahead. Name another superstar that played with Lisa Leslie. Oh yeah, okay. So that argument goes out. It just makes me go, what? Like, what are we doing? because she's the flavor of the month. She's the ice cream flavor of the month. Here's the thing about ice cream flavors of the month and athletes' favors of the month. All y'all don't even eat all them damn flavors of the month. If you're a strawberry person, you're a strawberry person. If you're a chocolate person, you're a chocolate person. If you're a vanilla, whether it's French vanilla or vanilla bean, wow, you got to choose between the different, or you can just, get just a scoop of big vanilla. You know what I'm saying? Now, I can't. I'm off the market. You can't get a scoop of me. But you are who you are with your flavors. So the new flavor you shouldn't be jumping on. You should just stick with what we know, and what we know has been the best. Is she a good player? Has she had a great run at Iowa? Absolutely. But what are we doing here when we're calling her that she's the undeniable GOAT if she wins a national championship? That's what it is now. Okay. Russell Wilson as a starter again in the NFL. What? No. I understand he's visiting some teams, and I'll get into him a little more in the second segment. There's 2 teams, and there's 2 places he visited. One of the teams, I'm looking at him like, what? Why? What are you doing? No, absolutely not. I tried to tell the world 2 to 3 years ago, definitely his last year in Seattle, he's done. Russell Wilson is just one of those guys. Everyone you talk to, people, whether they like him or not, media people in the know, people that have played, people, in those circles, he's not organic. Everything feels scripted. Everything feels like cap. Everything feels fake. It's just, some people are just like that. I personally know people in my life that's just like that. It's not that they're liars. They want to fit a mold, and they know when the camera's on. I'll say it like that. They know when people are watching. They know when the camera's on. We all got skeletons. We all do some stuff we shouldn't do. Everybody at one point in their life told everybody at work they was on a diet and then stopped by McDonald's and got 2 for $2 double cheeseburgers on the way home because they was hungry. We've all done it, okay? We've all left the club and went to Denny's at 2 and 3 in the morning, had bacon, eggs, sausage, soda. But I'm gonna burn it off when I go to the gym in the morning. No, you're not. You're not going to the gym in the morning. It's already 3:30 a.m. You know what I'm saying? You trying to call the shorty phone number you got at the club and see, what that might be like. You ain't going to the gym, but we'll say that. We'll tell each other that. That'll make you a liar. But that's the what? What are we doing? So when you look around sports and you look around a lot of things that we got going on, later in the show also too, I'm going to get into some of the cuts, the NFL cuts that are going on too. And some of them I get into, some of them you're like, what's going on? Like, what are we doing? Entertainment is turning into sports, and sports is turning into entertainment. And I know somebody's going to go, VJ, it's always been entertainment, but we are now letting entertainers into sports. That's the problem. If you're not an athlete, you're just not an athlete. I get it. But now we can manipulate things. We can fake things. We can do things of that nature that makes you look around and go, what are we doing? What's going on? That's really where I am with sports right now. I look at the NBA. Pull up the standings here for the NBA. We know who the top teams are. Even the play-in tournament thing, once again, what are we doing? The 10th seed is not good enough to even make the 8th seed to be the playoff team. So you create something where you have teams like the Hawks, the Bulls, the Pacers, and the Sixers. And we know what's up with the Sixers. They haven't had NBA. Hey, Sixer fans, this is your team. This is who you really are. Embiid makes you win more games. But you're not a championship type team, even with Embiid, because without him, you're a 7th seed. He cannot take you from a 7th seed to a ring. That's not how that works. You're still missing pieces. And you had your window. Their window's closed. It's like the Buffalo Bills. Their window's closed. But I told you all it was closed after the divisional game at Kansas City that they lost in overtime. Albeit that Josh Allen didn't get the ball back. I get it, but that was the rule at that point, and that was just what it was. I said then, their window's closed. That was their best shot. That was their best team. That was when everybody was on cheaper deals, cheaper contracts. You start signing guys, re-signing guys, extending guys, and now you look at what they did 2 days ago, and how many people did they dump 3 days ago? Excuse me, when the cut started. How many people, starters, did they dump? Guys that have played 50, 60 games for that franchise, 7, 8 years, starting, being a productive player. Did they cut and dump? I tried to tell you guys that back then. But once again, we're looking at Josh Allen as a guy that's going to somehow win a Super Bowl. Really? Buffalo's never won one. What are you talking about? Because they got Josh Allen? Josh Allen's not even Jim Kelly. Jim Kelly at least went to 4 of them. Josh Allen ain't been to none. He is still at zero. Nada. Nothing. You get Nathan. You get no dessert. Go to your room. Close the door. Cut off the line. Go to bed. You don't get to stay up late. You don't get to watch the movie with us. You don't get to play no more Madden. You don't get no cookies and milk. Take your ass to bed. That's Buffalo. Anybody that thinks Josh Allen is going to win a Super Bowl, what are you talking about? Stop it. Even in the Western Conference in the play-in, Lakers, Nuggets, Mavs, Kings. Now, Mavs and Kings are intriguing. I will say that. Mavs and Kings are intriguing. I would look at one of those teams to make some noise. But even with the play-in tournament, we're talking about 10th and 8th seeds, 10th and 9th seed. What are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? And that's going to be the theme of this show today. It's what? What are you doing? What are we thinking? What's going on? Y'all sit tight, man. When we come back, I want to talk about a quarterback who may still think he's a starter. I think he might just be better retiring. Ugh. And there's some other NFL news and notes, man. All that and more coming up. VJ said what I said. Infanity TV. Y'all sit tight. We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, I'm Neko Gumike with the LA Sparks, and you are watching Infanity Television.
Profanity Nation. A podcast for the fans, by the fans. Dive deep into the topics the other shows miss. Raw and uncensored.
And he's going to play team ball. His legacy is at stake.
Rare, hard-hitting interviews with players, coaches, and you, the super fans.
I'm not hating. I'm like, okay, cool. Good.
3 championships in 5 years. He's more than good, bro.
Profanity Nation. Listen live or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Chanel Gwimike, and you're watching Infanity Television. Boom.
Shout out Infanity Television. This is Juju Watkins. See y'all.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Happy Saturday morning, too, man. Thanks for joining us here on Infanity TV. VJ Verna Husky said what I said. All right, let's get into this segment because this is a good one. This is a big one. We're going to stick with some NFL stuff. I know last week I gave y'all stuff, some combine stuff. I'm going to leave that alone. Also, too, I got a little secret book here I want to show you guys. I got something coming for you guys right here, man. 117 Uncle VJ's draft prospects. I have a live drive show coming up, too, so I'm excited about that. But we're going to leave the combine and draft stuff alone. We're going to talk about some veterans and guys that are already in the NFL, made some money, bought some cars, married some women, had some kids, bought some big houses, took some great vacations because they're rich. That's what you can do when you're in the NFL. So Mr. Russell Wilson is now officially going to be cut from the Denver Broncos. He is allowed to move on, look for other teams. There is a story out on ESPN.com today. He was with the New York G-Men. He was with those Giants yesterday and will be with Pittsburgh Steelers today. But what I decided to do, I found some teams that could use the guy. I'm done banging on Russ. I was right about him. I don't have to beat that horse with the same stick. What does that even mean when people say that? Beat the horse with the same. I've never seen anybody beat a horse, and I've never seen anybody beat a horse with the same stick. Somebody's saying someday. I just never get, like, the sun always shines on a dog's ass every now and then. And I'm like, well, when a dog walks, Doesn't his ass always? I just ain't the sun always shining? I don't know. Somebody's saying, but I don't want to do that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the approach. Okay, let's move on. What? Here's that word. Are we doing now? Right? It's like a problem in a relationship. Okay, we know the problem. What's the solution? We could talk about problems all day long in life. People that are successful find solutions. So Russell Wilson, I got some solutions for you, buddy. So I had Pittsburgh on my list here. I had to just pencil in the Giants because I didn't see that coming. They're sitting at number 6. But what this tells me with the Giants at number 6, and I told you guys this last week, that's a real intriguing spot sitting at 6 for a team to come up that wants a quarterback, one of these young guys coming out of the college football into the NFL, whether it be JJ, whether Caleb's going to go number 1. I think we all know that. But Jaden Daniels is right there. Penix is in the mix, and also Drake May. Drake May is also in the mix, too. Watch for Spencer Rattler to make some noise late first, maybe early mid-second. But those are the quarterbacks that are all going to go first. So I look at that Giant meeting yesterday. Maybe the Giants are saying, okay, we got Danny Dimes. We're overpaying him for $40 million a year. He makes $45 next year. I think $38, $39 this year. It averaged all out on a new deal he got to $40 million a year. So maybe we bring in Russ. We have him compete with Danny. It pushes Danny Dimes. Now we could go out of 6 or sit at 6. There's Malik Neighbors. There's Brock Bowers, the all-world tight end. That's a great inline blocker. Big time. I mean, he's Gronk and as far as he's Gronk with Graham's speed. If you guys remember Graham from the Saints all those years, that's how I kind of see him. He's got some Kelsey to him, but he's got a little bit of everybody to him, man. I mean, honestly, I think he's the best tight end prospect we've seen in so long. So you got that pick that can also be there too. Also, Rome Odunze, I'm not sure he lasts there. Depends on what Jimmy Burgers wants to do at 5 for the Chargers because they need offensive line help. But man, there's a plethora of tackles and a dominant center in this draft to help Justin Herbert also help the running game out here in Los Angeles with the Chargers. So him visiting the G-Men, I get it. Nice work, Giants. Nice move to bring him in. At least have a cup of coffee and one of them cucumber sandwiches with the edges cut. Russell Wilson just seems like a guy to me that eats the cucumber sandwiches with the crust cut off, like in a movie. What was that? Brown Sugar with my man Taye Diggs and Sanaa Lathan. So the Pittsburgh Steelers visit today, and this is a name that's been really popular out there for Russ. I don't get it, and I don't feel it. Everything I'm hearing, the stuff that I heard from people that I trust in this business, don't like to use the word sources, but people that are closer to the know than I am being a TV and radio guy, these are guys that are in the league, in the meetings, around the players, stuff like that. They believe in Pickett, so they're not getting rid of him. He's a first-round draft pick. They think he could be the guy. They got Najee Harris. You got a tight end and Fryer move from Penn State. You got a receiver in Pickens from Georgia. Shore up the line. You have probably the best defensive player in the league in T.J. Watt. One of the best safety and defensive backs in the league in Micah Fitzpatrick. You have a lot of pieces here. You know, if you're Russ and you go in here and you win 8 games, 7 games, that's ugly. The Tomlin wins 9, 10, 11, 9, 10, 11, 9, 10, 11. Then they have a 12-win season. They have a 13-win season with Big Ben. But he's winning 9, most likely 10 games. The Steelers are going to the playoffs. I will never count them out as long as Tomlin's there as the coach. I'm going to pencil them in my AFC playoffs. I'm not playing around with it no more. That's like the Chiefs and the AFC. Just like I used to look at Tom Brady when Tom Brady was doing his thing, TB12 with the Patriots. You just get to a point it's like, bro, I know there's other competition. Like I knew there was Peyton Manning. I knew there was a Ben Roethlisberger. I knew there were I knew there was a Donovan McNabb. But at the end of the day, Phillip Rivers. But at the end of the day, when the money's on the table and you're pushing all your chips in, give me that guy from Michigan. Give me the quarterback from Michigan. Give me the guy wearing number 12. Just like with the Chiefs, give me the guy wearing number 15. And I don't like him. I'm not a fan. I don't like him at all. I think I think Kelsey bothers me more, and it makes me not like Mahomes. I respect Mahomes. I'm just not a fan. But I'll take that guy over Burrow. I'll take that guy over Herbert. I'll take that guy over Allen. I'll take that guy over Lamar. Lamar had him dead. Lamar had him. Lamar had him. Lamar had his opportunity right there. Coaching, run plays, pass, whatever. You didn't get the job done at the end of the day. So some of the other teams, Washington, very intriguing, sitting at number 2. Could Washington say, we could get him, bring him in, use him as a bridge, Have him compete with Hal, right? New coach, new ownership, new things happening there. Big city for him, not for him to be the diva that he wants to be. Big city with a lot of African-American culture there. Sierra, not far from New York. She still like to perform and dance. They still love going to New York. DC's a great, it's chocolate city, baby. DMV, crab, mambo sauce, go to a grown folk, go-go, it works. But Washington can say, okay, at number 2, instead of trusting one of these young rookie quarterbacks, we got a young quarterback in Hal, bring in a veteran, see what he can do. I mean, if we got to cut him in preseason, you cut him in preseason. But that number 2 pick could be spent on the next best player in the draft behind Caleb Williams. You could go get you a Marvin Harrison Jr. if you believe he's that generational transcending receiver. Or you can go grab one of these tackles and show up the line and shake up that draft. Number 3, New England. New England sitting there. They haven't been able to draft a receiver in forever. So if they're looking at, you know what, we're not going to go get a quarterback. We're going to trust what's here. We'll use a bridge year. Mayo's got time. He's a new coach. So Gerard Mayo's not in any rush to win right now. They're coming off 2-3 wins. You don't have to win right now. Bring Russ in, maybe. Kind of feed him the Patriot way. I don't think it works, but it's a viable option. You don't have to take one of these quarterbacks. And you can also grab the next best player in the draft. Atlanta's a name out there too, but Atlanta was where Justin Fields was supposed to be going, and now we're hearing all these stories about Justin Fields and the market may not be in there. Raiders are picking at 13. Raiders need some other things. Other than the quarterback, do you just bring him in, have him compete with Aiden, and then say, we'll use this as a bridge year. We'll try to figure this thing out. Let's address some other stuff. Devontae Adams is not very happy there. Could you go here if you're the Raiders? Could you say, we'll bring him in. We're not worried about trying to move him for a quarterback. Or if JJ falls to us, Denver's picking at 12, so they can snatch JJ there, or they can snack Pennis there. You don't want to end up just taking a quarterback because that's what's left. That's what the Dolphins did with Tannehill. We drafted Tannehill because he was what was left. Simple as that. If any of those other quarterbacks would have been available before we drafted with Tannehill, we'd have took one of those other quarterbacks too. So you don't want to fall into that. You can bring in other players, bring in other pieces, use that draft pick to bring in great young talent that may not be at the quarterback position. Because I don't know if any of these guys are generational. Every year we do this, guys. Oh, this quarterback. Every year there's a group of quarterbacks that we think is going to change your franchise. And then every now and then you have a year where you're like, oh, God, this class. I mean, Desmond Ridder, Kenny Pickett. You look at that class, it was kind of like, that in itself was not such a good class. But also Minnesota could be another team for you right there with Russell. So there's some teams, there's some scenarios that I'll give you guys. Also, too, just real quick on some NFL cuts that have been happening because things have been going wild and crazy as far as NFL cuts. Dolphins get rid of Xavier Howard, Baker, Agba. Goodbye. I'm a Dolphin fan. You guys can't do it anymore. The money isn't worth it. The big one with Russell Wilson and the Broncos having to eat that dead money of $85 million, Justin Simmons, all-pro, 8-year guy in the league. He was also cut too. Jordan Poyer, Tre'Davious White, Anton Maddox from the Eagles, he's got to go. Hayden Hurst, another guy that just got cut from Carolina, just got picked up and signed by the New England Patriots. Kansas City says thanks but no thanks to Valdez Scantling. Minnesota, they're going to move on at the running back position for Madison. The Pats get rid of J.C. Jackson. Philly, Miami, KC could be in the market for a corner. Mason Cole, Michigan center. I'm trying to figure this out. Made the Pro Bowl. Maybe some of the injury things. Miami needs a center. He also could be there. So does Philly with Kelsey retired. He's a Michigan Big Ten center, guys. The kid can play. And then Logan Thomas was another cut, too, from Washington. Big-time tight end that could play. He's a receiver quarterback, but in a tight end body. Played quarterback at Virginia Tech. The Commanders move on from him. I think I said Redskins. I'm sorry. That's still in my brain. But the Commanders move on from him. I look at Philly, the Giants, and Atlanta as teams that could use his services. Also, another quick signing, too. The Dolphins did sign Smith, the tight end from the Atlanta Falcons. He got cut. Jonnu Smith got cut by the Atlanta Falcons. The Dolphins signed him 2-year deal. That was a great pickup for them because guess what, guys? Quick number, 32nd in the league in yak for tight ends. The Miami Dolphins whole tight end crew was number 1 tight end in the league for yak last year. Smith from Atlanta. Now with Waddle and Hill doing their thing, Tua's got somebody underneath to catch and then go make plays. So that's some football, some NFL stuff for you guys right there, man. Y'all sit tight on VJ Said when we come right back. I'm going to tell you a player that's pretty much just the next Paul George. All that and more coming up. VJ Said Infanity TV.
Hey everyone, I'm Neko Gumike with the LA Sparks, and you are watching Infanity Television.
Profanity Nation. A podcast for the fans, by the fans. Dive deep into the topics the other shows miss. Raw and uncensored.
And he's going to play team ball. His legacy is at stake.
Rare, hard-hitting interviews with players, coaches, and you, the super fans.
I'm not hating. I'm like, okay, cool. Good.
3 championships in 5 years. He's more than good, bro.
Profanity Nation. Listen live or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Chanel Gwimike, and you're watching Infanity Television. Boom.
Shout out Infinity Television. This is Juju Watkins. See y'all.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to VJ Said What I Said. Your host, VJ Vernon Husky, the big vanilla funny, the big vanilla puppy. All right, let's get into some NBA stuff. I want to talk about a player that I think is good. I just think he's great. I'm a hard judge on great. Great is reserved. You know what I'm saying? It's like the Hall of Fame now. Some of these leagues, we're letting 8 or 9 damn people in every year. Like, goodness gracious, at this point, average guys, not average, but like a little above average guys are going to be making the Hall of Fame. It's like Tony Romo, right? Like, I don't know, Jim. You know, it's like, I don't know, guys, about, you know, everybody get into the damn Hall of Fame, man. But Jason Tatum is a guy that's been getting a lot of flack and a lot of fire lately. And in my opinion, you know, rightfully so. I just don't think Jason Tatum's that guy. Now, as I told somebody earlier today, that guy, you know, when you say that guy, it's a different meter for everybody, right? That your example of that guy may be my different example of that guy in golf, right? I always told people, told people, Phil Mickelson's a great golfer. He ain't that guy. Sergio Garcia, he ain't that guy. Everybody that was supposed to be coming after Tiger, you're not that. Tiger's that guy. I think Jordan Spieth, until the injuries and some things that would happen with him. You look at tennis. I love me some Coco Gauff. I'm not sure she's that girl, though. I don't know if she's that lady. Real talk. I love me some Coco Gauff. I'm pulling for her hard. But Serena, Venus was just eliminated today in 3 sets, got an exemption to play. I think it was Indian Wells that's going on this weekend. But those women, Martina Navratilova, Steffi Graf, you know, even Jennifer Capriati back in the day, if you guys are old enough to remember her, she's smoking the tree. That's what messed her career up. It shouldn't have messed her career up. She should have been allowed to smoke. But it was, oh my God, she's smoking marijuana. You got to get her off the ATP tour. She can't play tennis, you know, whatever. But I do believe that you have to win, and it's gotta happen when it matters. I can't look at, and I'm not a numbers guy, But I did happen to just get some stuff down that makes my argument for you mathematician nerds out there in sports that are infiltrated sports talk radio and TV. I can go both ways. I'm going to put the tape on, guy. I should brand that. I should put that on some T-shirts or something. Put the tape on. Just put the tape on. Film don't lie. Yeah, that's you right there going in the doors, stealing the merchandise in the middle of the night. Bro, I'm looking right at you. Your mom is sitting here testifying against you. And that's your mama. Your mama's here, bro. She see you. Film and tape don't lie. When you put film and tape on, Jason Tatum can score. Jason Tatum fits today's world where it's freelance, man. It's freelance NBA. There's no defense. It's either easy drives to the layups and dunks or three-pointers. Tell me who's got the best mid-range game in the league. Name me 5 players off the top of your head with mid-range games. I could do that 20 years ago. I could do that probably 16, 17 years ago. I can't anymore now. It takes me a minute. Devin Booker's the first comes to my mind. Then maybe a Durantula, KD. And then after that, does Jokic count? You know, does the Joker count? You feel me? I'm struggling. Mid-range game is Brunson, but he's adding more threes to his game, so he's not really. And when he puts the ball on the hardwood, he trying to get to the 10. He trying to get to the cup. You know what I'm saying? He trying to get to the cookie. The mid-range game, like, where is it? Jason Tatum is another one of those guys, too. 5-time All-Star, 3-time All-NBA. That's all good. That's all cute. But the tape doesn't lie. When the temperature gets pushed up, when the pressure tightens, when the tension ratchets, Jason Tatum, there's just too many times where you look and I go, hey, I know he's young, but this is where you should be exerting all that young energy. You shouldn't be tired. You're 25, 26 years old, bro. Real talk. You shouldn't be tired. You should be ready to roll. I don't want to spin this on the Duke guys, but this kind of feels like a Duke guy. It's like Brandon Ingram, right? Duke guy. What is he? He's 24 points a night, VJ, or 23 points, 25 points. Okay. What is that? Have they won a playoff series with that? That's on you. There's this coin phrase now, the bus driver. Charles Barkley and Shaq talk about the bus driver when you driving the bus. Shaq is famous for talking about, we'll get into him and Kobe a little later today in Mamba Moment, but Shaq is famous for talking about Kobe. He fouls out in the Indiana game in the finals, and he knows if they lose this, it's all coming on me. We lose this, man. We don't close this out. They win this game and go on to win the series, it's all coming on me. I'm the guy. If you're going to take all the glory, you got to take the majority of the blame. That's the way it works. When you're a good parent and you run a good home and you have a good job and you make good money and you supply good things for your kids and you guys eat good and they wear good clothes and you wear good clothes and you're looking good, feeling good, smelling good. Your wife is looking good, feeling good, smelling good. You guys go to nice places. You go on nice trips. You can take your kids to do nice things. But when something happens in the household, you're getting pats on the back for all of that. Good stuff, daddy. Good stuff, husband. But then when your kid gets caught stealing out of the mall with his friends, or he's failing some classes, or he's getting into fights, or gets caught with a crew of kids picking on somebody, you got to take the blame too. You can't be, these kids just don't listen. These kids, no, bro. You got to take some of the blame, man. Maybe you're not teaching and doing what you should be doing. Maybe you should be peeling back. Well, some of that nice stuff you're doing. Maybe you're rewarding bad behavior, so you got to take the good with the bad. Jason Tatum's the bus driver here with the Boston Celtics. He's got to take this. Some numbers I'll give you guys. Now listen, since 2019, all right, we'll just go back to that. He's averaged 23, 26, 26, 30, and 27 in the regular season. The rebounds stay between 6 and 7 over those years, and the dimes stay at about 4, right? So he's either anywhere between like 24, 25, 6, and 4, all right? Not bad. I mean, Kobe's a career 25-5-5 guy, so that's not bad, right? But in the postseason, since 2019, 23 goes to 25, okay. 26 goes to 30, 26 goes to 25, 30 goes to 25, and 27 stays at 27. There's too many times in the postseason his scoring goes down or stays here. There's not a sports fan or a knowledgeable basketball guy on earth that would say that's okay. There's not one. Don't like what? What are we doing? What are you saying? Are you kidding me? Oh, that's okay, VJ. What? No, it's not. You know it's not. It's like the line from Wedding Crashers where they go with the family. He gets talked into going to the family house, and they walk down the stairs, and they got the clothes that they had to borrow from the people. And Olin Wilson looks at Vince Vaughn, and he goes, I think you look good. He takes a step down. He looks at him and goes, you know I don't look good. Like, you know you don't believe that. You know you don't believe that that's okay. The rebounds, they go up to 10, 5, 6, 10. The Doms are 5, 6, 6, 5 over those 4 years since 2019. But the scoring, that's your effect. That's what you do. He's had games where he starts 1 of 11, 1 of 12, and then he scores 16 points in the fourth quarter on the road in Milwaukee in the playoffs and forces a game 7. Those moments do happen. He's got those moments. But why do we see the 1 for 11? Why do we see the 1 for 12? You want to go back 2 years to the NBA Finals against the Golden State Warriors. He's in the way of keeping Steph from getting 4. He's in the way of us looking at the Golden State Warriors the way we look at them now. We'd have looked at them differently if they'd have lost that series to Boston. We'd have looked at Steve Kerr. You think Steve Kerr gets an extension that he just signed this past week if they don't win that series? You're in the way. You had your moment right there, in my opinion, to entrench yourself in basketball history, to etch yourself into the storyline and storybook, not of just Boston, not of just the leprechaun, the good old green, the Boston baked beans, the lobster roll sandwiches out there. They are delicious too. I've had them in Boston. The clam chowder. You had your chance, man, to inch yourself into all of that. Up 2-1. You know what Jason Tatum did, guys? He averaged 21 points in those finals. That season, he was averaging 27 in the regular season. It fell down to 21 in the NBA Finals. He didn't play well at all. And if you go back and look at some of the playoff series last year, let me read these off to you. It gets worse as the rounds go further. Last year, first round against the Atlanta Hawks, 27-10. Second round against Philly, 29-11. Against Miami, 25-10. And he shoots 23% from 3 in the series. It goes backwards, ladies and gentlemen. You can't make excuses for that. I'm not trying to bang on him. The point I'm simply making is Jason Tatum is Paul George. He's PG. When PG was in Indianapolis and they were battling the Heatles with Braun and Wade and Bosh and Jesus Shuttlesworth, when they were the team standing in the way with I think the Hawks had a year where they were 60-something games there. But when they were standing in the way, you guys remember that team with Roy Hibbert and Paul George? I told people back then, and this is when I first started my radio career. I just started my TV career as far as sports broadcasting goes at a local access network. You guys remember local access television back in the day? Well, I guess they still have it now, but, you know, they show the church sermon and the 4 ladies showing you how to make quilts on Wednesday night at 9:30, and then they got the local school PTA hearing meeting Thursday at 8. I was at one of those networks doing my sports talk radio show. I said right then and there, TV show, excuse me, that was the best Paul George we were going to see. That Paul George that had them on the brink, had the Heat on the brink. That's the best Paul George we're going to see. He had a great year in OKC, but that was a contract year. And he got the money. What has he done since he's been a Clipper, guys? He resorted right back to the Pacers, Paul George. Jason Tatum is this era, and I know they're still playing, but they have a year's gap in their age. He is simply this era's PG. He's going to score some points. It's going to be in the MVP conversation some years. They're going to win a lot of regular season games. But if you're telling me that you're hitching your wagon to Jason Tatum and he's going to hang you a banner and he's going to put one of these on, good luck. It's like Jimmy Butler. I feel the same way about him. So it's not that I'm saying he's not a great player or not good player. He's a good player. I don't know if he's a great player. I don't know if he's legendary, iconic, nothing like that. He's got to win. This team has everything. If they don't win a championship this year, they got to win it this year. It's like the Doyers out here, man, in LA. It's loaded. You have to. You can't not. And it's got to be on Last few games, two nights ago, lose to Denver. Brown, 29 shots. Porzingis, 23 shots. Jason Tatum, 5 of 13, 5 turnovers. Can't have 5 turnovers and 5 field goals made. It doesn't work. Come on, Jay. Hey, listen, I'm kind of pulling for you because you're a light-skinned vanilla, brother. But we'll see, man. Jason Tatum is Paul George. All right. Finish it up when we come back, man. We'll get into a new segment here, man. Something fun, man. I call this Shoot Around Saturday. Where I'm just going to pew, 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 pew. I'm just shoot around. I'm just going to pew. Shoot around all different sports topics, man. All that and more coming up. BJ said what I said. Infanity.
Hey, everyone. I'm Neko Gumike with the LA Sparks, and you are watching Infanity Television.
Profanity Nation. A podcast for the fans, by the fans. Dive deep into the topics the other shows miss. Raw and uncensored.
And he's going to play team ball. His legacy is at stake.
Rare, hard-hitting interviews with players, coaches, and you, the super fans.
I'm not hating. I'm like, okay, cool. Good.
3 championships in 5 years. He's more than good, bro.
Profanity Nation. Listen live or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Chanel Gwimike, and you're watching Infanity Television. Boom.
Shout out Infanity Television. This is Juju Watkins. See y'all.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. BJ said what I said. All right, so let's wrap up the show today, man, with this new segment. I got ideas all day long. We are slowly implementing them into the show. So today we're gonna do something called Shoot Around Saturday. I got a bunch of stuff written down. I'm just gonna shoot around to some of the hot topics that are out there in sports. But before I do, don't forget to go to Infanity TV on YouTube. Click the subscribe button. Hit up my social media. Big Vanilla Funny, pretty much on everything, but on Facebook it is VJ Vernon Husky. That's where all my family and stuff is. They don't know Big Vanilla Funny. They know VJ Vernon Husky. All right, so Shoot Around Saturday. Pew, 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 pew. All right, so let's go. First random thought that hit my head is you guys might have heard 2 days ago, Mike Tyson is going to fight this Jake Paul, this fake entitled, this bratty ass, little privileged ass dude. I went and did some research on it because I don't know the kid, because I don't care about him. I did see the interview what he did with Bomani Jones, and he tried to get smart with Bomani. He was like, I don't even know who you are. He's like, I don't know who you are. Only thing I know about you is people don't like you. And when you're not a likable person, you're just not a likable person. I do think that we are all just zombies in the world today, where we're told what to like, we're told what to cheer for, we're told, like, if someone's on a sitcom and then they go do a comedy special and they're not really funny, you're kind of almost told to laugh because you know them from the sitcom. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen that in the comedy world. It feels like in sports, oh, he was a YouTuber. I watched all his vines. He's so cool. All his pranks and stuff he was doing. And then these guys are trying to be like real live, live job athletes, and they're just not. Mike Tyson, bro, don't do this to me, man. I love you so much, Mike Tyson. You're my dream interview. You have the best sports story in history, from the stuff in Indiana, the Robin Givens, Don King knocking guys out, ending fight party. You ended so many fight parties early in the 80s, man. You're the reason why, Mike Tyson, we had the black box on the back of the cable box that my stepdad used to take off so we couldn't use it to watch the nasty channel, but he would put it on it so we could watch the fight. And we could watch Mike Tyson whoop monkey candy ass and almost kill dudes in the ring. The funnest fight night of my life is when you knocked out Spinks. I was with a bunch of friends and family. My pop had people over. My mom had people over. We had a swimming pool. So we had a little mini pool party and watch you knock out Spinks, and people didn't think you were going to do it. I remember you were walking around the ring pissed because Spinks was scared to come out of his dressing room. Wasn't WWE, wasn't NWA, it wasn't a WCW, it wasn't fake. It was real, man. You were like you're the real original badass. I'm scared of you today, and you're 57. I don't want no part of you today. I see your training videos with your too small booty shorts on that you be having on, dog. You still got quads and hamstrings and trapezius muscles and stuff. Are you kidding me, Mike? Don't do this. Because if you don't knock this kid out, bro, I'm going to think it's fake. I'm going to think you took a dive. And the last person in life and fighting hand-to-hand combat that you want to take a dive, or you want to make sure that the fight don't go bad, or there's contracts of no knockout, or there's legalities of this. The last person on earth you want to see that from is Iron Mike Tyson, man. I mean, come on, it's Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. This is Mike Tyson. They can't even make a good movie about you. Michael Ja White. You guys know the kid. You guys know the actor I'm talking about. He did that. Remember that Mike Tyson movie in the 90s? And then Jamie Foxx was supposed to do a Mike Tyson movie with Martin Scorsese, but I heard about this like before COVID. And it's still not out, or I don't know if it's been shot or what the deal is, but why? Leave that alone. They tried it with Ali, with Will, and the only reason why it was popular because it was star-studded and it was Ali. The movie wasn't good. I never looked at Will and thought I was looking at Ali. I looked at Jamie Foxx and thought I was looking at Ray. I looked at Denzel Washington and thought I was looking at Malcolm X. I never looked at Will Smith and thought I was looking at Ali. Mike, don't do it. I'm begging you, man. Don't do this. You're the last hope I have of real dudes, real toughness, man, real men left in the sporting world. I know you're not active, but I don't have no faith in none of these other boxers. They all soft dudes, don't want to fight each other. You fought any and everybody. At one point, didn't Mike Tyson fight like 11 times one year, like 9 times one year? That's you, bro. Don't do this. Y'all see the picture of it. Don't do this, Mike. I'm begging you. Do not fight this clown. And Jake Paul, dude, you're a clown, dude. Go away, seriously. I never seen you. Like, you don't even come from hard times. Your dad was a realtor. Like, tell the truth, man. Don't try to act like you were from the bad side of Cleveland. Tell the truth, man. Cat Williams said it. We can't let liars rewrite history. What are we doing? What are we doing with this? Come on, Mike. Netflix, props to you for signing it, but Tyson, don't do this to me, man. All right, so spring training. I haven't talked a lot of baseball. I left baseball for a little while because baseball was pissing me off, just like Madden and 2K. I haven't played those over 10 years. With NCAA football coming back, think I might be on I'm getting a new game system, getting back in that. Plus, Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming back, and Tekken 8 is out, and I want to play MLB The Show. So it got me thinking about baseball because my Rangers, that I've been a fan of since 1986, defending, reigning, undisputed World Series champions, right now are plus 1,400. I know it's just spring training. I like to wait till spring training gets to about 7-8 games before I try to judge anything. Rangers are sitting at 9-4. Dodgers are sitting at the Doyers are sitting at 10-3. Let me tell you something about this Dodgers team, man. They're plus 350 to win it all. I'm going to put $1,000 on my Rangers on a plus 1,400. I am. I'm going to do it because I think they are better than they were last year. And if they repeat, that's a $15,000 winning ticket for me. And by the time October rolls around, going into the holiday season, come on, man. You see how I did that right there? Daughter's birthday is November 8th. Son's birthday is Christmas night. Then it's Christmas, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Wife's birthday is January 18th. And then you got Valentine's Day. My birthday is in September. You got Halloween. September to February for moi is tight. Trust me, I get it done. We get it done. But at the end of the day, that $15K could be used. But the reason why I wanted to talk some major league stuff, we got opening day coming up in 20 days. The opening day is March 28th this year. But some teams I'm interested in. The Rangers we know about, the Doyers we know about. All right, the Doyers, listen, to me, they're like Boston. They have to win it. but my Rangers are standing in the way. Astros at a plus 800. Talk about a team that's won a couple of World Series, still got some good pieces. One of their pitchers is the third best odds to win the AL Cy Young Award this year. The Phillies at a plus 1,500. The Phillies start off slow the last 2 years, but the last 2 years end up in the NLDS 2. End up in the NLDS 2 times. I'm sorry, my tablet just turned on, just started talking. Excuse me there. Just end up in the NLDS 2 times in a row. So, NLCS, excuse me, back-to-back years. The D-backs, can they bounce back? This is a team that barely was over 80 wins last year. They're plus 3,500. So you put $1,000 on that, and they cash in and win it all. Yeah, you could be taking some vacation or furnish a few rooms or do some home improvements on the crib. Maybe hit up Jeff and get yourself a swimming pool or something, baby. That's what I'm talking about. The Orioles at a plus 1,200. Seattle's at a plus 2,000. Two teams, Orioles over 100 wins last year. Seattle actually pushed towards the end in the AL West to actually try to win that division, sweeping the Rangers to end the season, but some other things didn't go right in the AL. That's another team I'm looking at. The Brew Crew, who won the NL Central last year, outlasting the Young Reds. That's, to me, that's the young Buckaroo squad I got my eye on a little bit. I don't know if they'll go to the playoffs this year, but they got talent. Their farm system's one of the best in the majors right now. Those are the young mush smiles down there in Cincinnati. I know people are saying, what? He didn't mention the Yankees? No, the Yankees to me are like the Patriots. Like they had their run. And they'll have years where they'll be okay and they'll be competitive, but making the playoffs, winning championships or anything like that, them and the Sox, I think the Rays are right there as always playing small ball, getting it done with a very low payroll, a horrible stadium to play in, and a town that does not give a damn about baseball. I always tip my hats off to them. But I think the World Series, and I'm not making a prediction just yet, but I do, man. I like the Dodgers and the Rangers possibly. The Braves are another team too. The Mets are going to be interesting because they have some injuries that happen, and maybe the dancing girls. Y'all hear about Major League Baseball? They got the Mets are the first team. They got dancers now. I tell you, baby. Like I tried to tell y'all with them uniform pants, they're trying to sneak sexy in the baseball. They're looking every league with streaming now. Every league's looking for new demographics, guys. No one's sitting like, oh, we're fine. No, we're the NFL. We're fine. No, we're the NFL. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this Taylor chick that's dating one of our guys, and we know she's got a huge following of a lot of people who probably aren't the biggest football fans. But if we plaster her all over the TV, they're gonna come watch the numbers in the NFL this year and Kansas City games and the Super Bowl went up. Super high, man. So that's just some pre-baseball stuff. I'll get into a little later. But teams I like, once again, Rangers, Dodgers, Phillies, Astros, Braves, Orioles, 100-plus win team last year. And can the D-backs bounce back? I think they'll be interesting. All right, so as always, we're going to wrap today's show up with our Mamba moment. And this is really going to encompass the word of the day, which was what? And this Mamba moment was the episode and the sit-down that him and Shaquille O'Neal had. When they sat down face-to-face and they had the interview and put it all out there. What I loved about this was it just cemented what Kobe Bryant meant to the Laker organization. It cemented what Kobe Bryant meant to the basketball world. It cemented what I always used to say in barbershops back in the DMV about Kobe and Shaq and Kobe Bryant. Is that Kobe Bryant means more than people really give him credit. I think Jordan's won as far as what he meant to basketball. I think Magic and Bird rivalries right there. I think I will put Kobe right there next. And Bill Russell also, too, with the civil rights stuff that he went through. But Kobe Bryant, this interview, it just let out so much of what all that was that some people can see, but we get caught up in picking sides. We get caught up in media stories, things of that nature. This sit-down was one of my best and favorite Kobe Mamba moments because it showed the best part of his interviews when Shaq talks about being back in Orlando in the pool and eating burgers and drinking pina coladas in the summertime, enjoying being a champion and being rich and this big mansion. What does he always say? Because he tells people how big it is because when his wife left him, he's biggest house, 50,000 square feet, all to myself, lost my family. So it's a big-ass house, okay, in Orlando. But Kobe And Kobe said, yeah, and while I'm at UCLA working out 8 hours a day. He said, look at the Shaq, and he points to him. He goes, and see, that's what used to piss me off right there. He said it right to his face. That's what pissed me off. But Shaq said, I knew I had a kid that could go get me 40. I knew I had the best player in the league. I was the most dominant, but I knew I had the best player in the league. And that moment right there in that interview with all the stuff that was said, to me, just encompassed what I always felt, what I always enjoyed, and what Kobe Bryant meant to me, meant to Los Angeles, meant to the Lakers, meant to basketball. And now that he has gone on to glory, what Kobe Bryant meant to the world. That's why that was my Kobe moment today. All right, so Mamba moment. Talk some football. Talk some basketball. Jason Tatum, you're not the guy. You're Paul George. I know some of you are mad at that. I don't care. Russell Wilson, just go be a backup dancer with Sierra. Help Sierra's career. Don't they take old R&B chicks and pop chicks back in cookies and 1-2-step? Wasn't that her? Was she 1-2-step? Yeah, wasn't that her? Was she my cookies, my goodies or something with PD Pablo or something like that? Y'all go do that stuff, man. Hey, listen, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. God bless you guys. Oh, man. My grandmother gets put late to rest tomorrow. Grandma, I love you. I miss you. As I said, all my work this year, my Kobe year 2024, it is all dedicated to you. I see you guys back here next Saturday, man. Hug and kiss your loved ones. VJ Vernon Husky, I'm out. Say what I said. Infanity.